everybody, I am Katrina from In Cat We Trust and also one of the hosts and writers of Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. This is Women's Wrestling Talk News Edition and I have a lot to talk about, so let's get started. So first I want to give a really big congratulations to Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona. They just got married on December 31st, 2021, bringing in 2022 as husband and wife. So from me and the rest of Women's Wrestling Talk, Chelsea, a big congratulations to you. On AEW Dynamite this week, we get the TBS Women's Championship Tournament Finals match with Jade Cargill versus Ruby Soho. So please check out AEW Dynamite to see who will be the inaugural TBS Women's Champion. Also, I felt it was imperative to kind of briefly speak on the situation between Big Swole and Tony Khan. Big Swole gave an interview explaining her experience at AEW, and while she did love and respect Tony Khan and felt the workplace was like a family, she did have a bit of an issue with the diversity representation on the show. Tony Khan took to Twitter to kind of downplay her wrestling skills, and I did have some opinions about it, which I did express on Twitter, but I felt it was for me to say it here as well, that it's really unfortunate when a black woman shares the experience in wrestling or in the workplace in general, and our concerns is dismissed. I felt it was very unprofessional. Tony Khan, I do feel like he should have done that in a different way, or not even talk about her wrestling skills, as she was very respectful in her thoughts about AEW. I felt his response allowed people to disrespect Big Swole by sending very racist and horrible messages to her. And so for me, from Women's Wrestling Talk, I just want to say, Big Swole, that I definitely stand with you. I feel like I'm writing saying that the rest of Women's Wrestling Talk do stand with you as well, and I hope whatever you do in the future, that you are loved and your representation is done correctly and that you're represented well and that you're happy in whatever you do up in the future. I do know you have a match I did see coming up, so I hope I'll be able to see that match, but that's just my thoughts on the situation, and I don't want to go into a really long thing, so I'll leave it at that. It was announced on this past Monday Night Raw that Alexa Bliss will be returning to Raw. The last time we saw Alexa Bliss was in her match against Charlotte, where she lost and Charlotte destroyed her Lily doll. So I'm interested to see if we're going to get any past Alexa Bliss gimmicks, or will we get a whole new Alexa Bliss? So Alexa Bliss, can't wait to see you on Monday Night Raw. Becky Lynch was able to retain her Raw Women's Championship against Liv Morgan at the Day 1 pay-per-view. There was an exchange between Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch and also Bianca Belair, as she came out saying after she defeated Doudrop, she felt it was time for her to step back into the title picture. This exchange between the three women led to Doudrop complaining to Sonya and Adam Pearce about not having a title shot and seeing the same women in the title picture. Sonya and Adam agreed and gave her a title match at Royal Rumble. However, she will face Bianca and Liv Morgan in a triple threat to see who will be the #1 contender for the Raw Women's Championship. Maryse and The Miz will take on Edge and Beth Phoenix at the Royal Rumble this year. We already know that Edge and The Miz had a match at Day 1's WWE pay-per-view event, but now it will be couple versus couple at the Royal Rumble. So I'm excited to see what both of these couples pull off in the ring at Royal Rumble. On this week's NXT New Year Evil, we will have a triple threat title for the NXT Women's title with Cora Jade versus Raquel Gonzalez versus Mandy Rose. So please check out NXT New Evil this week to find out if Mandy will retain her championship or we will have a whole new champion in Cora Jade or Raquel Gonzalez. Also happening on this week's NWA Power, we will have Missa, Kate, and Kamille versus Kylie, Ray, and Tootie, Lynn. We will also have Natalia Markova versus Paola, Bliss. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, please do to support the women on that roster. Thank you so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk News Edition. Please check us out on YouTube. Please go like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, check us out on Fight TV. We have interviews there every other week, and I believe we do have a weekly news show that should be getting there soon. We also have Monday Night Raw after show and a SmackDown after show, so check that out on YouTube. Please go check out our website at www.talkpod.com and follow us on all social media at www.talkpod. You can find me on In Cat We Trust on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and Facebook. Also on Instagram and Twitter, but the E is a 3. Thank you so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.